Hello, W4CY listeners. Are you ready to learn the spiritual laws to success and wealth? Well, pack your virtual bags, because it's 1 p.m. Eastern and it's time for the Traveling Investor Radio Show, sponsored by Cornerstone Investment Partners and RE/MAX Commercial Realty Partners. Fasten your seatbelts and get ready to get wealthy. And now, here's your host and travel guide, the real estate guru, Nitsan Mosery.
Travelers, Nitsan Mosery here, the traveling investor. How are you today? My boy Tom, philosopher extraordinaire, Zames right here. We want to wish everybody out there look at that, it still goes through. It still goes through.
Oh boy.
Anyway, we want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Let us know, you guys are listening in, let us know what you're thankful for, right? What do you... What's this hype about being thankful? What are you thankful for, right? Why be thankful?
Yeah.
Let us know. Let us know where you're listening in from. And hold on a second. I'm just trying to set this up here. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. I think it's because we're on the screen over here. Let's move this. All right, guys. All right. Well, now we're on airplane mode. How do we get off of airplane mode? How do we get off of airplane mode? Here we go, Wi-Fi.
It's always something.
All right, are we back? Let's see if we're back. All right, hopefully we're still live. What's going on, travelers? So we had a great week this week. Things were phenomenal. What's been up with your week, my friend?
What's been up with my week is just trying to get as much work done as I possibly can. Everybody takes a mental vacation in my industry. Everyone's out to lunch. I feel like I'm alone in this world.
I hear you.
From now until New Year's, pretty much. So I'm just trying to do what I can. I can't physically force anybody to do anything, but I can use mental telepathy.
Right? Don't you wish you could tell people to all right, you know what? It's time, right? This is the holiday. It's time to get cracking. It's not time to take a vacation. This is when the people who are really pumping and humping, they don't take their foot off the gas.
No.
You just keep going, and holiday is great. It's one day, right? It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you got Friday, then Saturday, Sunday's the weekend, and Monday, and Tuesday. That's it, man.
Certain things need done before the end of the year too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Certain things definitely need done. So, Big J, Texas, what's happening, man? You're thankful for your family. That's
Big
also
J.
good. It's also good, man.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for my family.
Farm. Farm or fam?
Farm.
Thankful for my farm.
Your farm.
Or your fam, either one.
Tell us more about this farm that you have. What kind of farm? And Libby from Florida, your family. Woohoo, Florida. Yay. All right. I'm thankful for my mom getting better.
Oh.
She turned 84 on Wednesday.
Okay.
And she just spent a month in the hospital with internal bleeding that they couldn't find. And, it was back and forth for a while. But now she's in rehab, and hopefully next week she'll be going home.
That's good. Yeah.
So I'm very grateful, very thankful for that. It was scary, after a while, right? You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But she's a fighter, man.
That's good.
She's a fighter.
You got the genes. You got the
blood, genes,
right?
Got the blood, but she's definitely a fighter, man. She was giving me shit for being on the phone when it was her birthday. She's like, get off of that thing right now. So it was great. So I'm definitely thankful for that. I'm thankful for my family, that everybody's healthy.
Yeah.
My friends, you, the show, just everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Where we are today in life. And
beautiful.
We live in this beautiful city, Boca Raton, Florida, and it's just phenomenal.
Yep.
Right? It's just phenomenal. So, you guys on Instagram and you guys on Facebook there, let us know as well where you're listening in from. Big J, I have a cattle farm. Ooh, how many cattle you got? What kind of cattle? Cattle is cows, right?
Yeah.
Or could that be sheep as well?
No.
I'm not very, I'm not good with the farm language.
I don't think sheep is cattle.
No, so
sheep are sheep.
Sheep are sheep,
Yeah,
right? So
sheep are sheep.
Cows are the only cattle out there. Okay, Katie, you're thankful for your baby boy. Yeah, I'm very thankful for my kids. So cattle.
Yeah, cattle could be maybe other things. I don't know. No, just cow.
No, just cow. Okay.
Yeah.
How many cows in a cattle? Could there be 2 cows in a cattle? Is there like a certain amount, right? Like
yeah, is it plural, 2+, or is it
what is it?
4+?
Jay, we need your expertise over here.
Yeah.
How many cows in a cattle? All right. And are they dairy cows? Are they meat cows? What kind of cows are they? How big's your farm? Right? Share the love,
We
man.
need to know.
Share the love. So so everybody's walking around. I saw this post the other day how only in America can you be thankful for what you have one day, but then trample people for shopping for material things the next day, and it got me thinking. It's like, how are we training the future of our society?
Yeah.
Right? Is it one day be thankful and the next day, you just go and you trample somebody over because you both want that same toy and there's only one? And what happened to that love? What happened to all that?
Well, maybe those people aren't thankful in the first place. Are
Are
they people that are truly living in gratitude, or are those the types of people that are massacring each other on Black Friday? I don't know. Maybe.
What do you guys think out there? What do you think about the fact that one day we're giving thanks and we're thankful and we're all saying, oh, how wonderful everything is, thank you, I'm so grateful for this. But then when come midnight, you're out there, Toys R Us, Target, Marshalls, wherever it is, just killing each other over these stupid little material things,
Yeah.
I don't get the mentality, right? So
it's a scarcity mentality. For one, I think.
Scarcity, absolutely, that there's not enough, or I want this and nothing else, right? When you set your heart on that want rather than the need, right? I think that's where there's a lot of disappointment, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Supposedly there's discounts, sales, but I don't know. The shit looks all like the same price all the time, right?
Yeah. What's the story? Why are people going crazy on Black Friday to buy all this shit that you don't need?
I don't know. I'm at the age where I don't need gifts anymore. I get it. Now I understand. When I was younger, I'd always ask my parents, what do you need? What do you want for Christmas?
Right.
And they say, I don't need anything.
I don't need anything.
I thought that was nuts.
Right.
I couldn't fathom that.
You're a kid going, how could you not want anything?
Yeah, now I'm an old man, and it's like, everyone's like, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, I don't want anything.
All right.
I
just want to
give me a hug.
Peace of mind.
Yeah, just give me a hug.
All right.
Appreciate me.
Just exactly. Appreciate me. Let me chill. Let me just, be. Right. I don't want to have to deal with negativity and all that bullshit. Just let it be.
Yeah. Peace.
Right.
Peace and love.
It's amazing how when you get older, right? And I remember you're talking about that, right? When I was younger, I was also like, that would never be me. I would always want something. I will always want a gift. I will always want, something and whatnot. And it's amazing how age and experience and you go through life and different things happen to you and whatnot. And you get this different view, right? This world view, right?
Yeah.
And you understand that, I don't need these material things, right? I wanna sit down with my bud, with my friends, with my wife, with my kids, and spend quality time, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Because none of that shit matters because you can't take it with you anyway.
Do you think part of it is, though, that you now have your own money, whereas when you were a kid, you didn't really have the capability of buying a video game or whatever? Do you think that's part of it, too?
Maybe in when I was a kid, but I look at my daughters right now, and they do their chores, and they get money, and they save their money, and they can go out and they can buy whatever they want,
Yeah. And they still enjoy the.
Absolutely. Oh, what did you get me? What did you get me? Because it's that surprise. It's that
it's fun,
right? It's fun, exactly.
It's a good time.
Yeah. So we got Bob says he's not going to go out on Black Friday. Good for you, Bob. I'm not going to go out either. I'm not even going to shop or anything like that. My wife and I years ago, we came to an agreement that on the holidays, you know, Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever, with the gift, like for each other.
Yeah.
No gifts. No gifts.
Period.
No gifts.
Birthdays?
Period.
Nothing?
No, birthdays, yes. Just like the holidays.
Okay.
Right? We don't make it like that's what the holiday is about.
Okay. Yeah, I
right?
got you. Okay.
It's not about the gift. It's not about, you know, what did you get me? It's not about the present. It's about, oh wow, you know what? We're here together with the families. We're hanging out. We're enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, we're just having a good old time.
You know what you could do? You could substitute the gift that you would buy for each other and use the money to give to somebody, or
that's why he's here, folks.
Put a turkey on the table, right?
That's why he's here. That's why he's here, right? That's why he's here, to give ideas like that. And that's an awesome idea, and I think that's what we should do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, my Rotary Club, and for anybody that's listening right now that wants to give, my Rotary Club has this, we started this organization, this thing called Chow. And what it is that there are kids that live in poverty that go to school. The school feeds them during the week, but on the weekends, when they're home, their family doesn't have any food to feed them.
Okay.
So we go and we box food for the weekend for these kids. So, you know, on Friday morning, we get together.
Every Friday we get together. Different people, right? You sign up, so there's, you know, somebody else that's always doing, not the same people. And we go to the Place of Hope and Children's House, and we box food. Yeah.
And then we give it to this other organization that gives it to the kids.
Right.
So for $250, you can feed, I think it's about 35 families. For $250. So if you want to go, you can go on our Facebook page. And it's the Rotary. It's the Downtown Boca Raton Rotary Club. All right, and it's the Chow program. $250, and you're feeding 35 families for over a week on the weekends. You know, that's pretty awesome. It's cheap. You don't have to go out there and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to feed these people.
Right.
You know, it's a great opportunity to give back and to do something. Another announcement before we go to a break and then we bring on our guests. December 7th, right? If you haven't signed up yet, go to ttimastermind.eventbrite.com and sign up for the mastermind. And this is what I'm going to give to you guys for the mastermind. I'm going to give 3, make it 4 free tickets. All right. If you, the first 4 people that'll chime up here on the radio show, the first 4 that'll send me an email, the first 4 that'll respond and that want to buy and that want to reserve their spots, I'll give it to you for free. All right. That's my giving to you. Right. The first 4. It's an awesome opportunity to come and mastermind with people like Tom, with other smart, intelligent people, successful people, people that understand the right mindset. And you can go on my Facebook page. You can go on the Instagram page. You can hear testimonials of people that were there their minds were blown away from the mastermind. All the information.
Right.
Just a lot of giving and that's that's the point of a mastermind, is to create that synergy.
Yeah.
Right? That mind energy that just revolves and revolves and revolves, and it just goes higher and higher and higher, and God knows where you can take it. So December 7th, it's going to be here in Boca, and there's only going to be 15 people this time because it's small, it's tight, and I want it one day, and I want to get everybody in and make sure we have quality time for everybody. Right? So December 7th, from 9 till 5, we got lunch in the middle, all that good stuff. TTI, there it is on your screen, ttimastermind.eventbrite.com. It's $97. But for the first 4 people that are going to chime in here, they're going to email me, all that, I get you in for free.
See, anybody listening there? South Florida area?
Right? Anybody here?
Boca Raton, right?
That's it.
Same spot?
Boca Raton, whatever. If you guys listening on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on W4CY.com, first 4 to chime in, say, I want, you can just say, hey, promo code Thanksgiving, and I'll know that you got that ticket for free, man.
You're a generous guy.
Absolutely, man. It's all about giving. I want people to be successful.
Yep.
And what do we got here? We got Tisha. I'm sorry. Where did we go? Oh, we lost all our folks. Huh. What did I do? I always mess up these things, man. Why do I do that?
I think what she said was that we give to the needy, from what I recall.
Give to the needy. That's right. Let's see what we
got back here. If I remember that correctly.
Here we go. My kids and I go out and give to the needy. Thank you, Tasha, man. That's awesome. Giving, setting that example for your children to be able to give. You can place it right here. All right? It's a great way to teach kids to give back to the community. You know, I do that also with my Rotary Club. We go on in December for Christmas and whatnot, and we give food to the elderly shut-ins that don't go out, that don't have any families, and it's amazing, the feeling and everything.
So should we tell them the special secret, though?
Tell them.
Involved with giving, what it does for you?
Tell them.
Amazing. What it does for you. It creates an unbelievable feeling. I can't even describe it, but you know when you feel like you're in the kind of like a goosebumps, part vibration type. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Gets you in that frequency, and amazing things happen.
Absolutely.
For you and the people that you're helping out. So
absolutely.
It's a win-win.
Absolutely. I really believe that this is the way to do it, right? Because when you give, what happens? You create a vacuum. You create a space of emptiness.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So I have this paper here.
Right.
I just gave it to you. Now there's nothing left. There's vacuum here. So the universe has to fill that up with something.
Something better.
Something better, something bigger, right?
Yeah.
And the more you give and the more that comes to you, because now you're just, that space is just getting bigger and bigger, that void.
Here you go. Here's 76 units.
Here's 76 units.
There you go. So
there you go. Here's 76 units.
I got this, and now you got 76 units.
Right? Boom. 76 units. No money out of my pocket. All investor money. Right? Then we went and we did 50 units. And then we did 128 units. And in the mastermind, this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to teach about success, about how to become successful, how to do real estate if that's what you want to do, how to do jewelry, massage, whatever it is you want. You know, whatever it is you want, we'll talk about.
It's all mindset.
So what do you say, Tasha? You need to take this mastermind in other states. Hey, I'd be more than happy to, set it up, right? Connect with me. My email is success@traveling-investor.com. Hit me up. Let me know what state you want. We'll talk about it. Be more than happy to.
And you are the traveling investor. So.
I am the traveling investor. Hence, I like to travel. I like to invest, and I like to invest to where I travel and travel to invest, and it's all there. It's all good. So what we got these two guys who are in real estate. They're phenomenal. They started out flipping houses and working for other real estate investors, and they went out and they closed on their first big deal. You can see their pictures right there. Charles Seaman is the guy with the tie, and Adam Balsinger is the guy with the beard. And phenomenal. I've gotten to know them over the past couple of years. Great guys. We're going to talk to them about mindset, what it takes to be able to succeed in such a huge ocean, right? Mm-hmm. You're a small fish, and now you're in this huge ocean, right? Because you have all these bigger players. You got all these people, all these obstacles that you got to go through. You got to go through this curve of education, of learning.
Right.
Right? So what was it that helped them get through all that quickly, right? How did they close on their first deal? What were they thinking? How did they overcome obstacles, right? Because, we all get smacked in the face, right? What's Mike Tyson's famous saying?
Yeah. Everyone has a plan till they get punched in the face.
Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the face, right? So when you have a great team, you can plan on what happens if we get punched in the face the first time. Yeah. What happens if we get punched in the face the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, and you go down and down and down so that every time you get punched, you're able to stand back up and move forward.
Absolutely.
Right? And failing is not failing unless you quit, right?
True.
And if you're going to fail, at least fail forward.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You learn something from it, right? So we learned from this failure, from this unsuccess.
Yeah.
Now we know what to do. We know how to change it.
And being the small fish in a big pond is not something to be upset about. It's actually a magical place, and it's a beautiful place to be.
Absolutely.
So much growth there. Mm-hmm. You can't go anywhere else but up.
That's right. That's right. All right. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to our sponsors because we got to give them some love as well. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Adam and Charles and Tasha and all you guys out there. Stay tuned. Come back. Take notes. Take notes. All right? We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Traveling Investor on W4CY Radio. Please take a moment to listen to the sponsors who have a secret message just for you. Don't leave. The best is yet to come. The Traveling Investor will be right back.
I wanna be rich. Oh, I wanna be rich.
Behind everything you're searching for is something you're actually looking for. When you search with the Real Yellow Pages, you get more than a contractor. You get a whole new curb appeal. It's not just getting directions to a dry cleaner with YP.com. It's rescuing an old favorite from the back of the closet. And it's more than finding a locksmith with YP.com on your mobile. It's getting to sleep in your own bed. Whatever it might be, there are more ways to search and more ways to find exactly what you're looking for with the Real Yellow Pages, YP.com, and YP.com on your mobile, only from AT&T.
Hey, this is Rebel Medler. Join me for In Your Face on W4CY.com, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it.
How healthy is your pet? Does your pet suffer from ear infections, allergies, diabetes, cancer? Does your pet have a sensitive stomach? Well, we have the solution. Who are we? Fiesta Pet Deli. South Florida's original and only fresh food deli for pets. Our exclusive real food diets bring back the puppy and kitten in your pet. Have a healthier pet, less shedding, less scratching and itching, and eliminate allergies. We carry a full assortment of healthy, holistic, frozen, canned, and dry foods. Try out South Florida's largest selection of natural supplements. We also have a large selection of natural treats, chews, and natural grooming products. It's only natural to stop by Fiesta Pet Deli for all your natural products to keep your pet healthier and happier. Stop by Fiesta Pet Deli at the Festival Marketplace, located at Sample Road and the Turnpike in
What's
Pompano.
happening, travelers? Nitzan Moser here, the Traveling Investor, with my boy Tom Philosopher Extraordinaire Zanes. And we've got my boys on the other line. We got Charles and Adam. What's happening, boys?
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Touchdown.
Hey,
fellas.
guys, I want you to introduce you to my co-hosts, Tom, Charles, and Adam. What's happening, boys? So you guys are in North Carolina right now, is that right?
I am, yes.
Oh, and Charles, where might you be?
So I do reside in North Carolina, but I'm currently in Brooklyn, New York. I had an unexpected family event, and I wound up traveling to Brooklyn Monday morning.
Ah, yes, the Brooklyn boy. I can hear the accent.
Absolutely.
What accent? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a North Carolina accent, but I disguise it well.
Exactly. It's from the mountains of Brooklyn.
Yes, absolutely.
So Charles, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about your background, where you come from, and where you are today.
Sure, absolutely. So, born and raised in Brooklyn, and I have a background of 14 years of commercial real estate experience in New York City. I was fortunate to work for a very successful investor. During that time, I got to help him work with properties that he acquired, management of existing properties, everything from obtaining financing, leasing properties, and I really got to learn all different aspects about the business. Just a couple months ago, I relocated to Charlotte, and I'm working with Adam collaboratively on the acquisition of multifamily properties that we syndicate. So that's my current focus.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And Adam, tell us a little bit about you.
So I've been entrepreneurial really since college. My first kind of business was an outsourced sales business that I ran for a couple years. Kind of joined the corporate world for a little bit. Always had been intending on getting back into running my own business. Discovered real estate. Started out fixing and flipping single family homes. From the greater Philadelphia area. I was doing flips in Philadelphia, and just through networking, did some deals in Atlanta. The primary goal there was to generate, chunks of cash to be able to go out and buy rental properties, and discovered after purchasing some smaller rental properties, single families, duplexes, triplexes, that I was going to need a lot of those things in order to generate the type of income that I was looking for. So I was trying to figure out how to do that faster, led me to larger multifamily properties, and through just kind of trying to crack into that space, Was doing a lot of networking, and that's how I came across Charles, and then ultimately, obviously, how we met you as well.
So you started you're still fixing and you're still flipping homes, right?
So I still have a wholesaling business in the greater Philadelphia area. I have another partner that is not related or not involved in the multifamily stuff that I do at all. His name is Larry, and I hope he's chiming in right now, tuning in, lend some support. So we still operate that business in the greater Philadelphia area.
And you said that you guys met at a networking event?
Yeah, so Charles and I had both spent some money to kind of learn the ins and outs of multifamily, and we met through that organization, which is RE Mentor is the name of that group out of Boston.
So how important do you guys think education is in learning, in success?
I think it's hugely important, especially if you're dealing with a industry and an asset class like multifamily that has some pretty big zeros attached to it, right? So it's not something that I think is smart to jump into without educating yourself first. So, if that's going to be from reading books, a lot of times books are only going to do so much. So I thought that it was worth the time and the money to pay to go and learn from somebody who had experience in the industry. And that's what led me to, through research, discovering the RE Mentor group out of Boston. I think it's hugely important. But education only takes you so far too, right? You also then have to take that education and act on it. And just because you go to a seminar or to a course doesn't mean that you're going to walk out of there a overnight success. It still takes.
That's what they promise you.
A lot of plugging away. Well, it's marketing, right? I wouldn't have dropped several thousand, tens of thousands of dollars on it had I've been told. I probably still would have, but everybody wouldn't, still make that investment.
So when you guys met, Charles, when you and Adam met, did you guys know from the beginning that you were going to be partners, or was it something that you guys built up towards? How did talk me through that?
So it was definitely something we built up towards, but we knew right away that we had a good connection. And at the first event that we met at, we went to lunch. So we have actually a third partner as well, which is Adam's father. And the three of us went to lunch. We had a good connection. We stayed in touch after the event, saw each other at another event the following month. And then after that point, we decided that if we work together and collaborate to use Adam using his strengths, his father Wayne using his strengths, and me using mine, that we'd be able to get further along faster than if we each did it individually. Syndication is a great model. It's a great business, but it's also a lot of work, especially when you have other jobs or other businesses that are going on. So you need to be able to really make the best use of your time and effort. And it was about 2 months after that we decided, after our initial meeting, we decided it would be a good fit for us to work together. And then at that point we had kind of an informal partnership, and eventually we firmed it up and made a real partnership agreement. And then now here we are, we've closed the deal and we're working on the next one.
So that's great. You mentioned a word, and I don't think a lot of people understand what that word means, syndication. You want to explain that?
Yes, absolutely. So syndication is essentially using money from passive investors to acquire different deals. In this case, we focus in particular on multifamily real estate properties. So we go out and we raise money from private investors, and they have no active participation in the deal. They're strictly passive investors that give equity, and they get a return in exchange for that equity.
Okay, so syndication. That's great. And how different is multifamily? Adam, let's go back to you. How different is multifamily acquisitions different than buying a residential home?
It's not as different as you would think. One of the things that I love about real estate, I'm not the most creative guy in the world. And so it's a repeatable process, right? You learn how to do one single family real estate deal. You learn how to do one multifamily real estate deal. You can do 1 million of them. It's just kind of rinse, recycle, and repeat. There's some differences in terms of the complexity of the deal. When you're dealing with 100, 200 units, it's obviously going to have some more moving parts to it than a single family fix and flip or a single family rental. You've got bigger zeros attached to it, but it's still real estate. So there's a lot of similarities as well. I think that a lot of people honestly they overcomplicate it, and the fact that it's a bigger asset and that there's bigger dollar amounts, that winds up kind of scaring them off. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of our cash buyers in our wholesaling business say that, I can't wait to graduate up to that level. There's no graduation. Nobody checked my, duplex, quadruplex diploma. It's just, you just kind of make it happen.
All right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. You just got to make it happen. All right. That's the definition of entrepreneurs, right? Jump off the cliff and build a plane on the way down. All right, we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
So when you guys started working together and you created your team, what were some of the obstacles? Because as Tom and I were talking before the break, in this industry, in the syndication world, Charles, as you call it, right, the syndication business, there are big players. You got family offices, you got billionaires, you got multimillionaires, you got funds, you got Blackstone, Riverstone, Pebble Creek, all the stones and pebbles and all the funds that you can come up with, right? These people are playing with big money, right? Yes. So we're little fish in this big ocean of sharks and whales and whatnot. So how do you overcome that feeling, that mindset of, I'm so small. You know what? How do I get there? I don't know what to do. Why me? All these things. I don't belong. I'm not good enough. Why should anybody invest with me? How did you guys come up, get over all that?
So, what I'll do is I'll answer that one first. So there's actually two things for me personally. Prior to getting involved with syndication, I probably sold myself short a lot more than I should have. And the guy that I was working with for 14 years, he was a very successful investor in New York City. I was fortunate to learn a lot from him. But what I also realized during that time, I would go to a lot of real estate networking events and various networking events for business. And there's a lot of ideas and help that I would give people, and I would see them make money with it. And I would say, why are they making money with the ideas I'm giving them and I'm not? And that's when it kind of came to me and said, the reason why is because I'm selling myself short and I'm not implementing some of these things in my own business. I may have been implementing them for my boss, but I wasn't doing them for myself. And I said, if I'm telling people to do these things and I'm guiding them through that and helping them, and they're making money and they're telling me, that was some great advice or great, tips that you gave me. I said, well, why can't I go out there and do it myself? So the first thing was just believing that I was worthy of the success that I was selling myself short of. Mm-hmm. And then the second thing that was most important in working on achieving that success is building credibility. So starting out, you have zero credibility, regardless of what your background is. Even though I had worked for an investor for 14 years, I hadn't actually went out and done one of these deals myself. So the big thing starting out is really building your team and getting a good team on board that's going to help you provide credibility to lenders, to brokers, and also to investors, because you need to be credible to all three of those things to make one of these deals work.
Mm-hmm. So I heard you saying you got to believe in yourself.
Yes.
Right? That is huge. Because if you don't believe in yourself, why would anybody else believe in you, right?
I agree.
And then you talked about credibility, having credibility. Now, if you don't have credibility yourself, if you don't have a track record, what is it that you said? You got to build your team, right?
Yeah.
Build a team that has the knowledge, that has a track record, that has the credibility, that has all that, and just attach yourself. And isn't that like what we keep talking about?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you have credibility at some point.
And all of a sudden you have the credibility. Exactly, right? It's success by proximity, right? You attach yourself to people that are successful, that have the track record, that have the credibility. You believe in your own talents and skills and passion and desire and wherewithal, right? And you just run forward, right? You just run ahead, right? What about you, Adam? What's it for you? How do you overcome these, these negative thoughts that we have in our heads. We're raising capital and holy shit, why would anybody want to invest with me? Is this a good deal? What am I doing? Should I really be doing this? How do you calm that talk in your head?
I think that having a strong team helps out with that a lot. I love that phrase, success by proximity. So
that's mine. You can't use that.
Is it trademarked? I don't know. But so when you have a team that has a track record and you're partnering up with property managers that know the area well, you've got mortgage broker relationships, everybody's looking at these deals along with you. Mm-hmm. Right. And one of the things that we really were able to fall back on from a credibility standpoint was teaming up with a good sponsor. So a sponsor, for those of your listeners that don't know, is somebody that is going to sign and qualify for the loan on the property. So Charles and I we do not have the net worth at this point in our careers yet to qualify for the nearly $5 million loan that we got to acquire this property in Atlanta. And so we partnered with somebody who did. Now that person is not just going to blindly sign on this loan without analyzing the deal themselves, mm-hmm. right? So again, by aligning with a good team, everybody's kind of rowing in the same direction, right? And we're all looking to put a successful deal together. I think one of the other things too that also helped me gain more confidence, because there is definitely an emotional kind of barrier or hurdle to go over going from playing in the single family space to playing in 100 and 200 unit space. One of those things for me personally was attending those networking events, and you meet all kinds of people from all over the country, different age groups, different backgrounds, different maybe communication skills, different strengths that they have. And you meet some people and, you might be sitting there hearing somebody that has a portfolio of 1,200 units and they might not sound that impressive. And so when you're sitting there hearing other people talk and sharing their success stories, I've always been a person that is a firm believer, if that person can do it, then I can do it too. And so that really helps to affirm that, surrounding yourself, seeing, oh my gosh, that guy has this many units, this person has that many units, this person's doing deals. And so it really helps to firm up that, like, if they can do this, I think I can handle this too. And then it's just slowly chipping away, right? Mm-hmm. Pushing the ball up the hill. It's just creating the momentum.
Absolutely. That's when you see somebody doing it, right? And I always tell people, right, I want what he has. I want what she has. Well, you just go out and do what they did.
Yeah.
Right. Go find someone that has what you want, do what they did, and you'll get what they got.
Yeah.
Right.
Tony Robbins can do something. You can too.
Huh?
Yeah. Tony Robbins says he calls that modeling, right? You identify somebody and you basically just replicate the steps that they took to get there. It's not that difficult to be successful. If you copied in school, it's a pretty similar approach, right? No, I'm not advocating for people to cheat in school. So just put that out there.
But it's only cheating if you get caught.
It's a fair point.
Which I did.
Right? But yeah, so modeling, mirroring, right? Just finding somebody, right? Finding somebody that has duplicating, right? Yep. Duplicate success, right? But
and that's all the self-worth too.
Right.
They can do it, I can do it. Then now you're worthy of it.
Absolutely. Right. It's what I could duplicate somebody, right? I can watch what they're doing, make phone calls, build relationships with brokers, talk to people. But some people will go out there and they'll nail it and they'll go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. And there are some people that go 0 to 60 in 2 days. What do you think is the difference between those two people? And we talked about this before, right? What do you guys think is the difference? These things aren't staying in my ears.
Confidence and discipline. Those are the two difference makers. You have to have the confidence to believe in yourself that you're worthy of it and that you have the ability to achieve it. And you have to have discipline to stay focused. I've always said that I very rarely ever been the smartest guy in the room. But generally speaking, I'll probably outwork almost anybody I come in contact with.
Right? If you can't outsmart them, outwork them.
That's what you always say.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I'm never the smartest guy in the room, and if I'm the smartest guy in the room, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Absolutely. So tell us about the deal that you guys just closed. You guys just did a big deal, right? Before getting that property under contract and closing it, what was the process in your mind? Were you guys getting a little frustrated? Were you getting anxious? Were you worried that, maybe, were you having like self-doubt? Should we be doing this? Shouldn't we be doing this? What's, are we in the right industry? Is this really going to work for us? Did you have any of that kind of stuff going on in your heads?
I think that I just go ahead, Adam.
I was just I think that it's natural, right? When you're doing something new, that you're going to have some sort of anxious fear over it. Mm-hmm. I don't think that fear is a bad thing, right? Like you see all this stuff on social media, you have to be fearless. Like I don't think that that's possible. Fear is something that just kind of wells up inside of you when you're going through a new experience. I think that fear should be embraced, right? Because it's a sign that you're being pushed outside of your comfort zone. And if you're able to push through and beyond that fear, then that's where like a lot of the personal growth, self-development, and satisfaction, I think, really comes from a lot of that. Mm-hmm. I think we had looked at so many deals over the, year, 2 years that we were plugging away, making offers, underwriting here, So we felt really good about the deal itself. I think that the anxiety that we felt was that none of us had raised $2.25 million before. So that was completely outside of our comfort zone. I had raised money for single family fix and flips before, right? But that's a smaller dollar amount and it's a different structure. Right. So it was just, I think we were able to overcome it by just putting our heads down and plugging away, right? The goal is to raise $2.25 million. So, okay, here's all the people that we're going to contact. We've got these folks, and then it's just divide and conquer. Okay, I'm going to call these people. Charles is going to call these people. Wayne's going to call these people. Everybody makes their phone calls, chips away at it, reconvene, touch base. Where are we at? Okay, who else can we go? Who else can we talk to? And it's just, you begin with the end in mind, right? And then it's just a matter of kind of reverse engineering yourself to get to that point.
Did you guys do any visualization while you were under contract and raising capital and doing any of that? Did you do it? Visualize?
So I'm a big law of attraction guy. So I totally did. I can't speak for Charles or Wayne. But yeah, I do law of attraction kind of morning routine every morning. Gratitude and visualization are two of those, two of the two aspects, I guess, of my morning routine.
What about you, Charles?
So yeah, I definitely did some visualization. I will also admit that some self-doubt did creep in because as you're raising capital for the first time, the visualization was one thing, but the reality was another. And I said they weren't quite matching up at certain points. They did match up in the end, but it came down pretty close. So I think the best advice I would give somebody, if it's something they're committed to and they want to do, is to go out and do it. And by doing it, we learn that we're able to do it. Mm-hmm. And initially, I think Adam and I both had the confidence that we were able to do it. And perhaps maybe we were even too confident that we thought it would be simpler than we anticipated. Even though smart people like you and some of the other guys we know have told us it usually does wind up, being a little bit of a nail biter. Perhaps we got too confident.
Right.
And it was good because it humbled us and brought us back in check. But then by the end of it, things did work out because we realized, okay, as you said, sometimes you have to jump off the cliff and figure it out after. So that's what it came down to. We said, okay, we're going to find the money regardless of who we need to go to. We're going to reach out to pretty much every person we've ever known. And one way or the other, we're going to get the job done. So we did. It did get to be a little bit of a nail biter, but eventually the reality did match the visualization.
That's awesome. So you had the vision, you had the purpose, you had the, unrelenting desire to get it done.
Well, the reality always matches the visualization. That's the thing.
Right. Reality always matches at the end, right?
Yeah.
You gotta watch what you visualize, right?
Yeah.
The journey might not be exactly the same, but you end up where you see yourself
Absolutely.
ending up.
That's why it's important to visualize correctly.
Yeah. Agreed.
Absolutely. So you closed on this property, right? How many units is it?
92.
92. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's fantastic. So now comes the difficult part, right? Making it successful.
Running it. Yep.
Right? And the more of these you do, like you said, the more you realize that closing on the property, that's kind of the easy part. It's making sure the property management company, the property manager, all the vendors, right?
You want to surprise
everybody.
visit them.
Everybody's doing their job. You want to surprise visit your property managers constantly, right? I did that last week when I was in Atlanta. I drove to, I called up my property manager. I said, I'm going to be there in an hour. My regional manager texted me. She goes, "Oh my God, I would have been there. Why didn't you tell me you were coming?" Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you found problems, right?
And there were issues, and there were big issues, and we're taking care of them. But that's why you do these things. You keep on your property managers. You keep on everybody, right?
Right.
And that's why that's why we get paid the big bucks.
That was actually something similar that happened to us. So, generally speaking, our property management company has been doing a pretty good job. But one thing we realized, how most properties have flyers when you go to their standard rental flyers, we have this unit available at this rate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the things we realized, because we did a surprise visit too last time we were there, and our property is also right outside of Atlanta, we realized they had the wrong rental rates on the flyer. And I was going back when I got back to the office, I looked at it and said, "Wow, 1 bedrooms for $675," and I'm looking at it. I'm saying, "Wait, they should be $745." And out of those 92 units, 72 of them were 1 bedrooms. I said, "Whoa, that's going to be a lot of money." So I reached out to the property manager and said, "Listen, I don't know what happened here, but there's a mistake on this flyer."
Wow.
So we got that corrected, and they put the correct rental rates on there. But had we not been doing our job and going out to the property to look at it, there's no way that we would have known that.
Yep.
Absolutely. Right.
And having those units rented at substantially lower rates would have totally killed our year one projections if we didn't check on it.
That's right. That's why you got to have your thumb on the pulse of the property. You got to visit, and that's in any business, any business that you run, right? You got to have your weekly meetings with all your senior level management. You got to make sure that everybody's on the same page, everybody's moving in the right direction, in the same direction. Everybody has the tools that they need to be successful.
Yeah,
has the same mindset, right? Because you guys wanted 745 and they put 675. There's a disconnect, right? And that
slight difference, a little bit.
A small difference, right? I mean, think about
12.
it. That's $50 times what you say, 90 units. That's $4,500 a month, right? Times 12. That's $50,000 a year.
It's a big difference.
That's $500,000 in equity that you just increased your property by doing that. That's huge, right? That's huge.
It totally is. If year one we were projecting like right around maybe a 7.5 cash on cash return, so if we had those lower numbers, we'd probably be more in like the 5% range.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, the distributions that we promised would probably have been either lessened or delayed.
Right, and then you got to go explain that to your investors and whatnot. Well, guys, listen. Time flies when you're having fun. We've got a minute left. I want to thank you guys for taking the time out for doing this. You guys are killing it. You guys are successful. You guys got your meetups. You're fantastic. Hopefully we can do something together as well. Thanks for being on the show. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Why don't you tell us quickly, Charles, we'll start with you. What are you thankful for? You got 10 seconds. Go.
I'm thankful for good friends, good partners, good health, and being in the greatest business in the world in real estate.
Amen. Adam?
My wife and my dog. I'll keep it simpler.
There you go. Awesome, guys. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for being on the show. You dropped some great knowledge on us, some great information. And like you said, if we can do it, anybody else can do it, right? Success is not some hidden formula, right? It's just passion, a system, a niche, education, and go do it, right?
Yep.
All right, guys. So we will talk
Thanks so much
soon.
for having us, Nitan, Tom. Pleasure to be on.
Thanks,
to meet
guys.
you.
We'll talk soon,
Likewise,
guys.
happy
Thanksgiving.
guys.
You too,
Thank you.
guys. And travelers, I want to leave you with this. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. And may the sunshine warm upon your fields and rains fall soft upon... I messed it up. May the sunshine warm upon your face. And the rains fall softly upon your field. Until next time, I'm the Traveling Investor. This is Tom Zames. Travel safe, travel well. We'll see you next week somewhere on Spaceship Earth. Be well. Happy Thanksgiving. We love you guys. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Wow, what a great show. Are you excited to learn the untold secrets of how to get wealthy? Then tune in next Thursday and every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern right here on W4CY Radio. You too can learn how to become a traveling investor. If you missed any part of this episode or want to hear it again, go to the Traveling Investor Podcast on iHeartRadio. You can listen to all past episodes on demand 24/7. Next week's episode will take us somewhere new and exciting, so don't miss it. Thank you for listening.
I wanna